When it comes to the most expensive materials on Earth, most people have no idea which one takes the #1 spot. It's not gold. It's not diamonds. Fact is, our planet is filled with some really precious gems and jewels that can cost up to trillions of dollars. Yep, you heard that right. So today, let's take a look at 11 of the most expensive materials on Earth. Before we continue, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another one of our videos. Number 11. Plutonium. Plutonium is an extremely heavy yet fragile radioactive substance and is mainly found inside nuclear reactors. It can not only be used to power nuclear weaponry, but also be used to power satellites orbiting in space. It can cost around $4,000 per gram, which is by no means cheap, but is also a long way from some of the more expensive materials we'll be covering in this video. Number 10. Painite. This rare mineral was discovered in the 1950s and is one of the rarest materials on Earth. It was first mined in Myanmar. Painite is so rare that there are just a couple hundred of them in existence today. Estimates show that the rare material costs $50,000 to $60,000 per carat, depending on the quality. Despite the price and the lack of availability, the material is very high in demand as an elite jewel. Number 9. Grandidierite. First discovered in Madagascar over a century ago, Grandidierite is a bluish opaque mineral that is extremely rare. According to Forbes, it is the third most expensive gemstone in the world, priced at around $20,000 per carat. This gem is so rare that until 2015, most people had no idea it even existed. Today, it is only seen in the most exclusive jewelry collections around the world. Number 8. Taphite. This pinkish-violet gem is considered to be one of the rarest stones out there today. Many believe that it is 1,000,000 times rarer than a diamond. That might seem like an exaggeration, but it's actually not. Sources say that of all the taphite stones found as of today, they would only fill up half a regular cup. It's priced at $20,000 per gram, which might seem inexpensive for such a rare stone, but that's only because it's not a very popular item when it comes to jewelry. This one's more suited to the collectors. Number 7. Solaris. Solaris is probably the most expensive drug in the world. It is used to treat a rare disease called atypical hemolytic uremic syndrome. Solaris is the only cure for the disease, but it comes at a hefty price. A year's treatment in the UK would cost something short of $500,000. The cost per gram is around $13,000, which makes this one of the most expensive substances on Earth. Number 6. Tritium. Costing around $30,000 per gram, tritium is another one of the most expensive materials on the planet. It is a heavy type of hydrogen used in massive quantities by nuclear programs, and is even used as a tracer for biochemical research. While the material is mildly radioactive, it causes no harm to people, and is even used in expensive glow-in-the-dark watches. Tritium is what makes them glow. Number 5. Saffron. While saffron hardly compares to some of the other items mentioned, it does hold the record of being the most expensive spice in the world. It costs around $13 per gram, and that's because the flower that produces saffron only blooms for 1 week each year, and it can only be harvested by hand. Oh, and it takes about 1,000 flowers to produce a single ounce of saffron, but people use it because of its unmatched healing abilities. Number 4. Diamonds. The Michael Jordan of expensive gemstones, diamonds are the most widely recognizable stones on the planet, yet are still one of the most expensive. They'll cost you around $55,000 to $100,000 per gram, depending on the quality. They're also one of the hardest materials on Earth because they go through intense temperatures and pressures to become the gems they are. Regardless of their mainstream nature, diamonds still hold immense value and will put a huge dent in your bank account if you're looking to get one. Number 3. Californium. Californium is a radioactive chemical element that was first synthesized in 1950 by bombarding curium with alpha particles. It is used for identifying gold and silver ores, and also to identify the layers of water and oil in oil wells. In weighable amounts, it is the heaviest element that has ever been produced and costs about $25 million per gram. Number 2. Endohedral Fullerenes. This material is made by trapping an atom inside a cage of carbon atoms. Endofullerenes, for short, can be used to make atomic clocks much smaller, which can in turn make GPS systems way more accurate than they are now. That means that when conventional GPS systems fail, the new atomic clocks will allow them to function seamlessly, regardless of where someone might be. This material will surely gain popularity soon, as it can provide numerous advantages to many fields in science and regular life. A material like this is extremely difficult to produce, which is why a gram of endohedral fullerenes costs around $160 million. Steep, right? Well, just wait till you find out what the most expensive material costs. Number 1. Antimatter. As of today, scientists are still working on ways to somehow store this expensive material. Antimatter and matter cannot coexist, which is why it needs to be kept in a safe facility so that tests can be run on it. Many people also believe that antimatter is the future of our civilization, as it will allow us to travel deep into the far-reaching depths of space. Get ready for this. A gram of antimatter costs between $62 trillion and $100 trillion, making it the most expensive material on Earth by a long distance. While studies are still being done on the properties of antimatter, humans have only been able to produce and study minuscule amounts of it, and rightfully so. If it's not dealt with properly, a gram of antimatter could cause an explosion as big as a nuclear bomb. It's no surprise that it costs that much. And that's a wrap for our list of 11 most expensive materials on the planet. Which one of these would you like to get your hands on? Would you sell it or keep it as a collectible? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to also give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.